morning from beautiful northern Wyoming. I'm hawking our springs again. These are spring-fed ditches that the ducks like when everything else freezes up. It's been really warm the last few days, you know, for these conditions. It's been highs in the 50s. It didn't even get below freezing last night. So these are, in fact, it's muddy here. Ugh. It's this spot is always much better if it's colder, so there might not be anything in here this morning. This is our last day of duck season before a 9-day closure though, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try anyway. I'm gonna put Clyde up right here, which is not the best place to put him up, but it gives the best chance of a slip because he'll pin him. Okay, so I put Clyde on top of the truck. He'll fly up to this tree up ahead, and that way he'll be in position when I drive up. If ducks start going, he can fly over and put them back in, and we'll have a flight, because there might only be a few here and they might be jumpy. We haven't done this technique. We didn't do it at all last year because of avian influenza. But I'm sure he'll remember. We've done it plenty of times in past years. He's still sitting on the truck. Drive forward, get him to fly. There he goes. Let him get up there and get situated. And then we'll drive over and I'll head out. He has a variety of tactics here that he uses. Sometimes when there's a lot of ducks, he just flies over, lands in the ditch by the side of the ditch next to him, and just keeps flying back and forth past them, harassing them, buzzing them. And there's a tiny little bit of water with, you know, a couple hundred ducks in it, and they're all piling on top of each other trying to get in there. And he causes so much panic that some of them just can't handle it and break and go. And he just takes off, you know, from the ground, from dead stop, and just flies right up behind him and catches them. It's definitely not traditional long winging style, but it's something Clyde's figured out and he likes to do, very much like a wild bird would fly them. Other times, they don't start busting and he stays in the tree. Oh, he's going after something the other direction. What did he see? He's going hot and fast too. Huh. It must have been some ducks flying across the river. Okay, he's still chasing. This has never happened before. I've hunted this lots of times, but you never know. Okay. He's still going. He might be coming back. He's having a tough time getting a signal. Okay, he's definitely turned. He's a mile away, well, almost 4,900 feet. I'm gonna see what he's doing before I make any decisions on what I'm gonna do. He's not heading the right direction to come back, and sort of he's off to an angle. He's headed toward the road over there. He might be chasing ducks to the feedlot. He's only going 35, 36 miles an hour right now, so he's not chasing something, I don't think. I think he's just cruising. And he's still going the wrong direction. Yeah, he's still going the wrong direction. It's time to head out. Ah, he's moving. Dang it. Stop moving, buddy. Get up here where I can pull over and call him in. Okay, he stopped again. Good. Well, it looks like I'm not gonna get to fly Cosmo this morning because I'm on the volunteer fire department. We got a call for a chimney fire. So I'm gonna get into the station and help out with that. As always, thank you for watching. Okay, well that call didn't take very long. Still early enough I can go get her flowing. I doubt there's any ducks left there, but I'm gonna go back and fly her there anyway, just in the off chance there is some ducks. And if there isn't, I'll toss her some pigeons to get her used to flying in that location, because it's kind of an odd, distracting place to fly, so that'll be good for her. Then starting tomorrow, we've got a 9-day closure of duck season, so I'll have to be doing other stuff for a little while, and then get back out to the ducks on the, I think it's the 16th. I'll have to look it up and make sure I get it right, but I think it's the 16th of December. Oh, there's very little chance there's any ducks in here, but we might get lucky. Take some pigeons. I would, if I'd go somewhere else, I mean, I could look for upland game, but it's so muddy. That would be a pain. And I would just end up flying pigeons somewhere else, so I might as well just fly pigeons here. And there's, of course, a chance. And get her used to flying at this spot. Lots going on here. Crows, ravens, eagles, hawks, ducks, lots of check. It's a very distracting place to fly. So it takes a bit for young birds to get used to it, and that's mostly what we're doing this morning. Pitch sucks today. And no ducks. Give her another pigeon. I think she'd like to have a duck. I've given her bagged ducks here. She needs to be higher, but that'll come with a few flights. Well, she's definitely handling the distractions a lot better than she did the first few times I flew her here. That's good. You just need duck season to open back up and some colder weather to push the ducks in here. Usually when I'm hawking here, it's real cold. I've been out here when it was 30, 35 below Fahrenheit. And there's still ducks here because it won't freeze. Parts of it will, but there's parts that never do. Gonna be tons of ducks. Good hawking. Okay, quick recap of this morning. Clyde, I slide him, I put him up, he goes to the tree. This is our normal routine here. Because if there's ducks out there, we wait for it to get a little bit more light. I mean, it's legal hunting hours, but still it's not as light as it's gonna get. And if any start going before he takes off, he flies over there real fast and he'll put some of them back in. You know, some of the first ones get going and he ignores those. And then he mounts up over the spot and I drive up and flush. If they don't get going and it gets a little bit more light, I drive up. Sometimes I'll bump some on the way through here because there's part of the stitch close enough and he'll chase those. Other times, most of the time, I get all the way up there and start walking out and he'll come out and wait on over it and we'll fly it then. But this morning what happened instead is he saw something down by the river over here, most likely ducks because it was following the river, and he tore off after that, whatever it was, at a high rate of speed. And I think had there been ducks, because he can see them from his tree in the spot they're in out here. Had there been ducks out here that he could see, I don't think he would have chased those because there's check flying by lots of times when we're hunting here. So I think he just flew those because that was his only flight. And tore off after him, chased him almost a mile down the river and broke off. You know, he's not going to catch him over the river very likely at all because they just bail into the river if he gets close. But and then broke off and he didn't come back. He kind of a little bit came back, but he went the other direction and landed on a hill and I had to go get him. So I don't know if he had no desire to come back or forgot where he left me, more likely the former. But got him back and then got a fire call for a chimney fire. So I went and did that quick and it turned out to be nothing. It was not actually on fire, it was just smoking the place out. And so that was pretty easy to deal with. And so when I got done with that, though it's still early enough, I figured I'd fly Cosmo. And came back here. I didn't expect there to be any ducks, as I said, and just tossed her some pigeons, kind of get her used to this spot, and calling it a day. She flew relatively well. She didn't go as high as she has been going, but she was way less distracted by all the ravens and everything else going on here. And so the other times I flew her too, she was even a little reluctant to come to the lure. She was still nervous of the whole situation. And she had none of that this morning. She's gotten used to this place. I think it's her 4th time flying here. So that was all good. Had a lot of positives there. With Clyde, I'm not bothered by the fact that he does that. I can't blame him. I mean, that's what instincts tell him to do. He sees quarry, go chase it. It's can be inconvenient and dangerous, but it is what it is. And when you fly a gyr, there's not a lot of getting around that. If they're gonna see something, especially if they don't see something, opportunities happening close, they see an opportunity farther away, they'll go for it because they're gamey and distance is nothing to them. So anyway, it was an entertaining morning. I didn't catch anything or even really flush anything for them, but had fun anyway. Didn't get too terribly muddy. So all in all, a good day. So, as always, thank you for watching.